What happens when speed meets skill, when pressure meets poise, and when a 19-year-old takes on the World Cup and wins? Kylian Mbappé didn't just arrive in world football. He exploded onto the scene. Today, we're jumping deep into the story, the speed, and the spotlight surrounding one of the most electrifying players in football today, Kylian Mbappé. From his World Cup heroics to the big-money drama of PSG and Real Madrid, to where he goes from here. This isn't just a highlight reel. This is the real Mbappé story. Born in Bondy, France in 1998, Kylian Mbappé was surrounded by football. His father was a coach. His mother, a former handball player. This wasn't just a household. It was a breeding ground for greatness. At just 11 years old, Mbappé was already being tracked by Europe's biggest clubs. Real Madrid flew him out for a trial. Chelsea gave him a look. But he chose to stay in France, sharpening his skills with Monaco. At 17, he was already playing first-team football. By 18, he was lighting up the Champions League. Then came the move to Paris Saint-Germain. When PSG made Mbappé's transfer official for over 180 million euros in 2018, he became the second most expensive player in history. But he didn't let the pressure get to him. Goals, assists, dazzling pace. Mbappé became a weekly highlight machine in Ligue 1. His partnership with Neymar and later Messi gave PSG one of the deadliest attacks in Europe. But the Champions League, the trophy that PSG wanted most, kept slipping through their fingers. Still, Mbappé's reputation kept growing. Not just for what he could do with the ball, but for how fast he could move without it. If 2018 had a breakout star, it was Kylian Mbappé. He was just 19 when France went to Russia. But what he did there put him in history books forever. Against Argentina in the round of 16, Mbappé ran through the entire defense, scoring twice and drawing a penalty. That sprint alone reminded fans of a young Thierry Henry, even Ronaldo Nazario. Then in the final against Croatia, he scored again. France won 4-2. Mbappé became just the second teenager to score in a World Cup final, the first being Pelé. He was no longer just a rising star. He was the star. With global fame came massive endorsement deals: Nike, Hublot, FIFA covers. Mbappé became a brand, not just a player. But with that came intense pressure. Every missed goal, every quiet game, it wasn't just analyzed, it was scrutinized. When PSG crashed out of the Champions League in painful fashion, fingers were pointed. Mbappé often had to carry the burden, especially when Neymar or Messi were injured or out of form. And then came the transfer saga. For years, Real Madrid had eyes on Mbappé. And for years, it seemed like just a matter of time. In 2021 and again in 2022, transfer windows were filled with rumors. Madrid wanted him. Mbappé wanted Madrid. Then out of nowhere, he renewed with PSG in May 2022. A record-breaking contract, control over image rights, input in club decisions. It was one of the most powerful player deals in football history. But the drama didn't end. Just 1 year later, reports came in that Mbappé wanted out again. PSG benched him from preseason. Tensions grew. Eventually, he returned, but questions about his long-term future never went away. If 2018 made him a star, then 2022 made him a legend. In Qatar, Mbappé scored 8 goals in 7 games, including a hat-trick in the final against Argentina. Yes, a hat-trick in a World Cup final, the first since Jeff Hurst in 1966. Despite France losing on penalties, Mbappé walked away with the golden boot and universal respect. He wasn't just fast, he wasn't just skillful, he was a killer on the biggest stage, and he was still only 23. So what now? Mbappé's PSG contract is winding down. All signs point toward a move, possibly to Real Madrid in the near future. Wherever he goes, expectations will be sky-high. But the biggest question isn't about clubs, it's about legacy. Can Mbappé win another World Cup? Can he finally lift the Champions League trophy? Can he become the face of football after the Messi Ronaldo era? The answers are coming fast. Kylian Mbappé isn't just another generational talent. He's proof that football keeps evolving. That speed, intelligence, and mindset matter as much as skill. He's inspired a new generation of players. And whether you love PSG, Real Madrid, or Les Blues, one thing's for sure: Mbappé makes the game more exciting. Every touch, every run, every goal. And as fans, we're lucky to be watching it unfold. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more stories like this, where we go beyond the stats and into the soul of the sport. This is football, and Kylian Mbappé, he's writing the next chapter.